by far the most powerful rocket to ever fly. Today's flight test, they're really hoping, they have some big milestones. So they are feeling quite a lot more confident and have milestones that we have not seen on prior flight tests. So they do expect to get through stage separation today. It is still a suborbital trajectory, but it's re-entering in the Indian Ocean. The upper stage will be re-entering in the Indian Ocean, so passing over Africa and re-entering off the coast of Madagascar, re-entering in the Indian Ocean, and the biggest milestone for them is during that coast phase after Starship engine cutoff. It'll be in space floating and heading over towards that way for a good, I believe it's about an hour more or less. You can see the timeline here. Timeline. Re-enter is 50 minutes, I guess, after. So it'll begin re-entry after 50 minutes. It'll do a Raptor relight at 40 minutes. So it'll spend, 30-some minutes in space in zero-G environment, suborbital mode. So they're never targeting orbit. The 3 milestones we're expecting to see during those 30-some minutes. What did I say? 50 minutes. So basically they'll have like 41 minutes more or less of 40-ish minutes of this zero-G environment, suborbital trajectory. They have 3 milestones they're going to do today. They're going to do a simple open the payload bay door, make sure it works. Open the close. This is the small one. They have a little tiny door that looks like a that just opens, and then you're a real guy. You're a real guy. Dispenser is actually by far the best way to describe it. And John, and that's John with the kill. John with the kill. And they'll be opening that door and closing it. They will also be doing a fuel transfer test between the header tank and the main tank. That's an exciting milestone. If they complete that successfully, that is a milestone for a NASA contract to prove out on orbit or zero-G transfer of large amounts of cryogenic propellant. So that's very exciting. And then the other big milestone is they are trying to relight the Raptor engine and relight a Raptor engine to simulate a deorbit burn. And so basically, it is a suborbital trajectory the whole time. They won't put this thing to orbit until they light the Raptor engine to safely re-enter. So that's a very big milestone. We expect to see that at about T plus 40 minutes. So we will, of course, be bringing you guys coverage, bringing SpaceX feeds and recording along with you guys during all those milestones that we hopefully get feeds on. We'll hopefully have feeds on like, oh, they did it. We do expect that, assuming that Starship gets
no, knock wood. I don't want it. Hopefully I'll make it till we get back to the RV.
The other primary objectives, the booster will hopefully be doing a boost back burn, so returning back towards the launch site, but not to the launch site. That's a pretty important distinction. And they will be attempting to do a landing burn over the water. So a soft landing, making sure they have control over the booster the whole way, validating all of the things like the grid fins, that they can handle re-entry. Don't forget, Starship is doing something different than the Falcon 9. The Falcon 9 has to do a re-entry line. It has to slow down before it enters the primary, the thickest part of the atmosphere. Not the thickest part of the atmosphere, but they slow down before they begin to really re-enter, so that the atmosphere doesn't re-enter the booster. Starship, on the other hand, made out of stainless steel instead of aluminum, will just handle re-entry, or so they're hoping.
I see blue skies over there. Come on this way, blue skies.
Electron, they just re-enter. They just make sure it's oriented correctly, and they give it, a little beefing up of the engine section to make sure it can handle that. And they just let it happen. And that is pretty crazy, honestly. So that's what Starship's hoping to do, is just basically super heavy boost will just re-enter 70%. Yeah. So, and then for the landing, that's what we're expecting to see out of the booster. Scott Manley is reporting that weather is not cooperating right now.
Look into the camera.
Yeah.
Peace. We had our coffee and tacos this morning.
Prop loading
courtesy
is
of
going
my
very
guy.
quickly. Prop loading is absolutely flying. Look at that. I love that you can literally see exactly where it's at. Yes, you can sometimes see the frost line on the booster, but how much better is thermal cam? Thermal cam for the win.